My department had a problem. There were a number of people who felt that the way that merit was being allocated was unfair. We were using something that was a pretty standard formula on our campus, a 3-2-1 formulation, which meant that when calculating merit, we counted research 3 times, teaching and advising twice, and service once, which meant that research really was sort of the key way in which faculty were being evaluated. There were a number of faculty who felt that this led to unintended consequences. Basically, what this meant is that if you do spend a lot of time on your teaching or advising, or if you do spend a lot of time on service in particular, you're really sort of a patsy because you're not going to get very much merit allocated to that work. We had a pretty sustained department meeting. There were 2 sides. One side felt that if we weighted research anything different than we had been, giving it sort of 3 times the weight of anything of service, if we did that, what it would mean is that people wouldn't take their research very seriously. They just wouldn't really engage in research, and that would have a dramatic effect on our department's reputation. There were other people who felt that if we continued by only valuing research or primarily valuing research, that it would just keep leading to these consequences where only a couple people were really carrying out a lot of the work of the department and they felt undervalued. So we shifted, we took a vote, and the vote was in favor of moving to a 1-1-1 formulation, counting all 3 equally in all merit evaluations. And we've never looked back. It was a very, very good decision. It certainly had no effect on productivity. In fact, I think the department is more productive both in terms of publications and grants because there's so much external recognition to research, and it is so important in any kind of personnel decision. So it didn't seem to change that, but what it did change was it made people feel much more valued for the work that they were doing on campus and teaching and advising and service, and it's made for a much happier department.